Students are incredibly important to me. They are the most important part of my job, and it's really an honor to get to teach them, to advise them, to interact with them. And if I can help them understand economics a little better, understand economic policy a little better, I think that will serve them really well.
One of the most exciting things is to see the moment where they can see their future in economics. When they've realized this is a powerful set of tools to analyze data and to answer questions that they think are interesting and important. And that light goes off and they say, look, I can do work which I think is meaningful, that adds knowledge to the world using the tools of economics. And that's an awesome moment.
Students want research experience, and SIEPR is the research side of public policy. It has faculty members who do research in all sorts of different public policy areas, and students get experience in working on a research project, which is incredibly important for their careers going forward, to understand how careful they need to be with data and information. They learn the high standards that they should be meeting when they go out into the working world and into the policy world, and they see what gets done.
Coming to Stanford, I didn't have any economic coursework before, so taking classes like Econ 1 and 102A were the first time I ever kind of got encountered into the world of economics. So it was really cool to apply a lot of the learning that we had into solving these real problems.
I actually was kind of moving around the idea of majoring in economics, and I saw that SIEPR was this opportunity for me to really see what sort of ways in which I could mold the economics degree or major for me. I've really noticed how widespread the economics can be applied, and it's really allowed me to grow more comfortable with potentially declaring as an econ major.
I chose SIEPR because it was an incredible opportunity to collaborate with some of the top researchers in the field. I was looking at a lot of different programs, and SIEPR stood out because you had a wonderful program built into it. You have the opportunity to work with students, to work with faculty, and to take classes. And you don't get that at almost any other program.
What was unique to me about the SIEPR pre-doc was first the chance to be part of a community such that you're not alone, but also the chance to take classes at Stanford University is just amazing. You can take any classes you want to bolster your application once you apply to graduate school, but also for your own personal knowledge. And this is not the case in most of the programs.
I think SIEPR has been kind of the biggest thing in my undergraduate experience. I sat in Professor Duggan's Econ 1 class, and I had no idea what economics was, and he was talking about something way over my head, but I was like, wow, like this is the coolest thing I've ever heard of. And then I did research, and that was it. I came into Stanford thinking I'd be a pre-med, and now I'm an economics major.
Coming to SIEPR has been really, really instructive in a very practical sense, just building kind of coding skills, econometric skills, but also in just seeing what a research ecosystem can look like and how a project kind of makes it all the way from the beginning to publication and perhaps even into policy. So I would say that being at SIEPR has really expanded my idea of what counts as economics.
What has been particularly useful for me about economics is really just the intuition behind it. I was like, oh, like a light bulb went off in my head. The really nice thing with SIEPR is that it gives you an idea of what the life in economics is like, and that really has opened, I would say, a new path for me to think about whether I want to pursue research further in the economics field or whether I want to kind of use everything that I learned here and apply that into a different sector.
I think what I really love about SIEPR is it's so current and it's so relevant, and I kind of describe SIEPR to people as somewhere where you can get a better understanding of what is going on today, what does it look like, and see from all different perspectives on the same issue, because I think a lot of the times we're stuck with one narrow perspective of how things should work.
There's a huge value in having safe spaces that are very, very receptive to ideas at any stage within economics, and I think SIEPR is a great place for that. I get to work with a lot of really, really smart, creative people, so just hearing their thoughts is interesting on its own. But then it's also an opportunity to kind of bounce ideas off of one another. There's people who are interested in areas of economics that I have literally never heard of. So hearing the sort of questions that they're asking in their work, as opposed to what I'm interested in kind of health economics, is just, it's great. It's a huge learning experience for me.
SIEPR has been really a big part of my Stanford journey, and I would encourage anyone that's even not remotely interested in economics to really just like dive in, because there are so many things. That's what I love about economics, is you can apply it to anything.
I would really like to be an academic, which means to study research questions. But I hope that at the end there will always be some impact on policy. And that's what is great at SIEPR, is that most of the people who are doing research are focused on improving the world, making the world a better place.
To me, it's really important that my work can inform policy. I think that's one of the most powerful things that economic research can do, is actually matter in the lives of everyday people. That being said, it's not that I think that every single paper has to go directly to Congress and directly into policy. I think building a foundation of knowledge is also really important too.